Hello guys, this is Bad Monkey, and I am doing a Let's Play series of one of my most favorite MMORPGs out there, Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Now, this game is truly, to me, a masterpiece in the MMO genre. I've been playing this game since version 1.0, way, like years and years and years ago, before they shut that version down and remade it into the Realm Reborn version, which was a lot of changes and a lot of revamps and everything. It was just the game now is a huge success, rivaled none by like other major MMOs. I would say it has just as much, if not more, subscribers than World of Warcraft, but those statistics vary. So anyway, oh, we got a cutscene, but I'm gonna skip it because the cutscene's kind of long. All right, so I'm gonna start here and get right to it. Now, doing a Let's Play series on an MMO can get tricky because usually a lot of grinding and whatnot. And I'm not gonna record like a lot of the grindy bits or like a lot of the wait times, the downtime, and other unnecessary stuff. I'm gonna record the nitty gritty stuff. I'll record the main story quest. I'll record the some side quests and stuff like that. I'll try to keep dungeons and primal battles like separate videos, so you can just look them up and be like, oh, alright, cool, he has a video on this and stuff. So as you can see, I already got a character, level 50 bard, Bad Monkey, my usual name. And then on another server, Ultros, I have like 5 other characters that are super badass. But we're gonna make a new character on the Leviathan server. It's not a bad server. Okay. So in the character creation, you got your standard races, the higher, which is your humans, the Elysian, Lalafell. I always butcher their names. So cat people and Rogadans. And then each race has like 2 sub races or sub clans. So like humans have Midlander and Highlander. The Highlanders more or less like big bulky versions of the Midlanders. In the storyline, there's a group of Midlanders from a city-state called Alamigo, and they come in huge play in the story. So they are Alamigo is a city-state that got ravaged by the Garlemald Empire, a big empire that all the city-states are having problems with up in the north. The Empire comes in and starts to try and take over the city-states of Eorzea. Eorzea being the main continent mass. And Alamigo was one of the many city-states that fell, so a lot of them are refugees and stuff. Go back to cancel, back to race. Elysian have your Wildwood elves and your Dustrite elves. Dustrite elves are like the dark elves of the series and everything, kind of rare. I don't really see much. And there are more Wildwood elves out there. Let's see here. Lalafells are your little people, because everyone likes little people. Even though they're little, they're not necessarily children. They just look like children and stuff. And a lot of them actually hold high power in the game's world and economy, especially in the city-state Ul'dah, where the Dunesfolk version of the Lalafell are from. Cat people, I don't really like cat people. That's my personal preference. And Rogadans are your big, muscular bound race. But for this Let's Play, I think I'm gonna be a higher, and I'm gonna go with Highlander. I'm gonna try to make an Alamigan boy trying to reclaim glory for his lost country, something like that. And so because of that, I don't need all these super manly, rugged looks because I'm making a boy. Okay, so we have the hairstyle I'm looking for. I'm gonna try to not spend too much time on the character creation. Where is it? Where is it? Facial features. Unclick all these. I need to see their base facial feature before I go into this. Shoot, for what I want, I might just go with a normal hire and pretend he's Alamegan. Base. Yeah, that's too rugged for me. Well, not necessarily. I could roll with that. He's kind of short. They're still stocky though. I'm gonna go with basic Midlander. Okay, height. Not too bad. Muscle tone. Doesn't have to be super chiseled. Skin color. Okay, I'm trying to go for a tannish, kind of tannish. I guess that works for now. I can always change it later. Make it a tad bit lighter. Hair color. Black. Face. Kind of like that. Jaws. Eyes. So as you can see, there's tons and tons of character selection. Give them blue eyes or purplish eyes. Nose. Not too bad. Mouth is fine. Lip color's fine. No, I don't want too many scar. I'll give him a scar on his nose. I'm not sure if I want sideburns. Okay, tattoos. No, because face paint works better than tattoos. Okay, let's see if I can get some tribal tats. I like that. Matter of fact, facial features, get rid of that too. He doesn't need. Doesn't need all that facial hair. Alright, almost done. Darken the tattoos a bit. Then you also have a voice. And good enough for me. Alright. Confirm. No, I'll not say the data. Alright, the next is his birthday. It doesn't really have a true impact. So I'll probably just make him born random 4th astral moon 27 727 728. Then you get to choose their patron deity. Let's see, we got Goddess of War and Glaciers, Deity of Icegard. Where's the one for Alamigo? The Alamegan one. Goddess of the Moon and Love, God of Wisdom and Knowledge, Celestial Bodies. They do have elemental attributes, but they kind of don't really matter in this game. The element, unfortunately. Hopefully they revamp that later. It used to matter a long time ago, but now not so much. They simplified it. Goddess of Deity of Implemensa, the Traveler, Power Industry, Rygar, Break of the Worlds. Yeah, there you go. That's the Alamegan. Okay, cool. Alright, so now you pick your class. Now, the class you start out with will determine your starting city too. So like gladiator, pugilist, um, gladiator and pugilist start out in Ul'dah. Marauder and Lancer, or Marauder starts in Limsa Lominsa. Lancer starts in Gridania. Archer starts in Gridania. In the magic category, Conjurer starts in Gridania. Thaumaturge starts in Ul'dah, and Arcanist starts in Limsa Lominsa. And then each of these classes advance into a specific job. So like Gladiator, for example, eventually becomes Paladin, as you can see. Nice nifty little Paladin armor. Pugilist becomes Monk. Marauder becomes Warrior. Lancer becomes Dragoon. Archer becomes Bard. Conjurer becomes White Mage. Thaumaturge becomes Black Mage. And Arcanist becomes either Summoner or Scholar, depending on what path you go. But for this, I'm going to go Lancer, because that's the only job I have not played yet. I've maxed out tons of jobs on all my other characters, but I haven't played Lancer yet. They start in Gridania. Now, their starting location doesn't really truly matter. It does affect the starting story and everything, but eventually the stories, all three city-states, blend into the same story until later. So, I'll pick Lancer. The world I'm going to be is Levy. Confirm. Name, Wolf. Last name, Tail. Confirm. Oh. Well, this is awkward. Didn't expect the name to be taken. There. I just spelled tail differently. Yes, begin the game with this character. Okay, I'm gonna load into the city-state of Gridania. Full of trees and whatnot. Gridanian's the city-state located in what is known as like the Black Shroud and the Twelveswood. It's just forests mostly, lots and lots of forest. Ul'dah is in the desert, and Limsa Lominsa is like a pirate city themed on the coast side. So a lot of their areas are like beaches and. Okay, so you got your intro cutscene, which is not skippable. Floating in the Aether. Chilling out. All this other stuff. So the graphically speaking, it looks amazing. There's many areas in the game that I just stand around and waste time just staring at stuff. It's just absolutely breathtaking. So all the jobs or classes start out this way. The other classes, there are like, of course, crafting and gathering classes, and they're actually separated as classes. So you will switch from your main job to that class if you want to do crafting or gathering. Also, there's another class, Rogue and Ninja, but you can't pick them from the very beginning. Okay, so showing off one of the antagonists, the man in the Black Shroud. Trying to foreshadow what is to come. Now, the reason why I'm doing this Let's Play is in honor of Heavensward, whatever it's pronounced. It's the X-Pack coming out in a few months, so I figured build up a character through a Let's Play series and then get all the way to the end, then Heavensward drops, and then play through that. And what better way of playing through it than with a Dragoon, since it's the main theme of the expansion. The battle between the city-state of Ishgard and the Dravonian Flight. But I'll get into detail of that later, when we actually go to Ishgard and Cortheus and all that stuff. So yeah, so the meaning of that cutscene, you're in a dream sequence. You get to show basically the future, like a foreshadowing to what is coming. And then you wake up on a carriage, greeted by this fart. You moaning and sweating, blankets besides. Let's see. In the Aether, I reckon there'll be some prone to sickness and others. So it sucks that you don't see this guy ever again afterwards. Like, after this intro scene. You know. But he's in all 3 major cutscenes if you start in the other 2 cities. It's just a different scenario. And you got your Moogles. Can't have a Final Fantasy without Moogles. Cute, adorable Moogles. Now, originally Moogles are like supposed to be, they're native to the 12's Wood, and they only can be seen by selective people. But the more and more I play through the game, and the more and more I play through the story, it just gets to the point where everyone can see Moogles. They also run the postal service, so if you get mail, you have to find a post Moogle, and then they can deliver your mail for you. And then there's even a quest line at max level called the, what was it, Postal Moogle quest, post Moogle quest, I guess. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if there's a special term where you can do mail deliveries for them and get rewards and titles and stuff. It's pretty neat. So they go about their business and starts drinking. So, you know, nothing past the time than some booze. But yeah, the Moogle drank all the rest, so he's all confused. Now, these twins, these elven twins right here, they're important in the storyline. Very important. The male one is more important than the female twin. The female twin is in charge of the ratings content later on. But she kind of wanders off. Alright, so why do you become an adventurer? To win glory. That sounds like the Amigan way. Then he talks about the Adventurers Guild. And then the cutscene shows off like the nation's plight. There's these tribes of creatures called beastmen, and they're everywhere. And all the nations have to deal with them. So for this cutscene, you get to show off the beast tribe, the Ixal. Shows the Wood Whaler Guard. More whalers. Ixal are like bird-like people. They're the bird-themed beastmen. You'll see them and on top of like other beastmen tribes later. Ixal sent us a welcoming party. Okay. Is this your first trip to Gridania? Even though it's not, I'm just gonna say yes anyway. I don't remember if there's like if it has anything to do with anything. City of Gridania lies slap bang in the middle of the Black Shroud. It's the biggest and luscious forest of all Evorzea. So it's not as luscious as you say. It's not such a calamity in that place. How they've closed up the events in 1.0, the old version, before they shut down. They actually destroyed the land in a thing in a event called the Calamity, where the elder primal Bahamut, a giant dragon basically, came in and pretty much blew the world up, resetting everything. So, and then this is the aftermath. I think that was like what, 5 years ago in the story.
The ancient forest, close to the heart of Eorzea. Beneath the boughs of its towering trees,
looks like the voice announcer's not on. That sucks.
Of Gridania.
I'm gonna have to fix that later. So, beneath the boughs of towering trees lies the woodland city-state of Gridania. There's 3 main city-states. Even though if you start in one of these, you don't have to join them later. Eventually, you get to align yourself with one of the 3 city-states, which only really affects a few things. Like, I mean, that's the city-state you'll be repping, so you get their colors, you have to report to them when you need stuff. When you unlock your mount quest to get your chocobo and everything, you have to report to the allied city-state that you're allied with. You have to rise in the ranks, so you can unlock a system called the Hunt, so you can go on bounty missions and stuff to fight like really powerful creatures. It also plays a point in PvP too, but I never PvP in this game. Never got around to it. It's not really this game's strong suit. Alright, so we finally made it to Gridania. So he's all like, we're parting ways. He gives you something, which is one of the beginner rings based upon once you've chosen your answers, I do believe. But I never really like sat down and figured out what ring does what, because you're just going to replace it in like through 2 to 3 levels anyway.
May the matron take him to her bosom.
May the matron take him to her bosom.
And in his heart,
and with his heart now, serenity, purity, and sanctity. I'm surprised the announcer's not on. I had to figure out why, because it's a really good announcer. How he just introduces you to the game. And then this always gives me chills no matter how many times I make a new character. The whole Final Fantasy XIV logo popping up as the announcer announces the city. I think Ul'dah is my favorite one when you get off the carriage to Ul'dah. Okay. Now we might be able to finally play the game. So we take our first steps. Young Alamegan lad Wolftail. Just strolling through. I love how the details, there's just so much like detail in the land, from all the flowers and trees and barrels and stuff. Alright. So in the Gridania starting story, I have to make everyone like me basically, because Gridanians are very, very, very weird people when it comes to outsiders. So I gotta earn my keep basically and try to become one of them. You can use a gamepad or a mouse and keyboard, but I'm gonna do mouse and keyboard because I don't like gamepad. Alright, so now I can play. So your controls are simple: WSAD, spacebar to jump, Z to whip out your weapon, Z to put it away. Let's see, I'm gonna have to change these UI settings and stuff. Get tons of inventory space, so up to 100 slots. You got your crystal bags, because those are going to be important later. You got a nice character sheet, goes over attributes, resistances, which is kind of useless. Profile, where you get your titles and your other stuff. Classes. And this game lets you max out all the classes and stuff, so you technically only need one character, but I have an altaholic problem. And then all your currencies, which right now is just Gil. Later on you'll unlock like in-game currencies for gear and other stuff. And then reputation when you do Beast Tribe missions. Tons of other stuff. Got your spell book, aka your actions and stuff, and tell you where all your actions are. Your armory. Now this is, since you can switch between classes, you actually, all your equipment doesn't go to your inventory, it goes to this armory, and it's separated between each gear piece, which is very helpful. So he gave me the Ring of Fidelity, which gives me Vitality. Alright, cool. Disable all help windows. I do not require help. Alright. Then you got a social tab for your friends and guilds. And the guilds in this game are called free companies. Party, your travel list. You can teleport, but I'll get to that. Okay, coming to Gridania. Let's accept this quest. The start of our long journey. Another green adventure, I presume. Not as much. We can't allow strangers wandering Gridania unchecked and untested. Before you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen for work, I suggest you make yourself in the Carling Canopy. That's the headquarters of the local Adventurers Guild, in case you were wondering. Carling Canopy is the building behind me. Speak to Mother Mione within, and she will take you in hand. Even though I've been playing this game for years, like, I still butcher the names. So, bear with me. Alright, so I got my first quest. And they put a little sprout symbol next to my name because, well, I'm new. Got mail from all my collector stuff. Okay. And they place the icons and quest text like really clearly on the map, so it's not hard tracking your stuff. To me, I feel questing is fairly easy in this game. This game is they simplified a lot of the controls and questing and all that from 1.0. So when 2.0 came out, the Reborn version, they've simplified everything. And some people, you know, it's a turnoff. They like hardcore gameplay. Other people are more like the casual gameplay. To me, I like this. This game has a good balance between hardcore and casual. For the most part, it's a pretty casual game. It's pretty easy to pick up and you know, easy to play. The hardcore aspect doesn't really come into play until level 50, the max level, with extreme modes and coils of Bahamut raids and all that stuff. That's where the game gets like challenging, but that's optional. You don't have to do it. Because after you beat the initial story, there's still like at least 5 chapters of the storyline that you can continue on with. That is actually recommended because I found out recently that you have to complete all those chapters in order to do the main story in the new X pack. But yeah, which we will go over. I will complete all of them before Havensward comes out. Definitely, and record them all. There's a lot going on. This is a very story-driven MMO, and I actually like that. I like that a lot. Those who play like World of Warcraft, skip all the quest text and just click, 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 and get their max level character, they might not like a game like this. This game has a lot of story and content. I mean, that's what you expect from a Final Fantasy. You know, like it's not your typical MMO where you just go out and grind 6 wolves there and 6 wolves here, and then you just keep doing it until your max level. No. And everything. The leveling in this game is fairly fast-paced, and as long as you just keep following the story, that's it. Pretty easy. Easy enough for me to max out a handful of characters and stuff. It's the part is that I don't like, and why I max out multiple characters and stuff, since I like the story so much, is if you max out a character class and do all the quests, then when you want to raise another class, then you have to do it the long way, the grindy way. They have like repeatable quests called leaves or leves, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I like to pronounce it leves. And they are repeatable and they're grindy. There's these like action events throughout the world called fates that you and a bunch of people just run in, do, and you get XP for them. And after you max out your first job or class, and then you want to get another job or class up there, you really have to. It gets really grindy and everything, and it's just, I don't know. It's just something I don't like doing. I mean, I'll grind up some like necessary classes for cross-class skills and stuff, but not all the way up to 50. So I don't know. That's just me. So I've invested like already hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in this game because of that. So alright, so these wood whalers are talking smack to me because they don't like adventurers, they don't like outsiders, but give them about 10, 15 levels, they'll all be liking me. Okay. Not really. reading for the sake of the length of the video. I'm not going to read every single little nook and cranny. Matter of fact, once this is done, quest complete. Okay. Now snatch her next quest. So she'll tell you to go to your associated guild, your class guild, I should say. So for me, it'd be Lancer's Guild. She'll also tell you to go to the Aetherite Crystal to tune to that, which goes into the whole teleportation system in the game. And I think she tells you to go somewhere else, but I don't remember. Quest deceptive. Alright. And then now I can start seeing other players, which are in the blue names. Other players running around. Got a ninja over here. Got a... Let's see. His weapon is hidden. Probably some mage. Got a low level mage over here. So anyway. Well, that concludes this episode. Well, if you liked this video and want to see more, like and subscribe. I'm definitely going to record a series on this being one of my favorite games. Tune in next time and we'll continue our adventures as Wolftail. See ya!